Well, hey, everyone. Oh, and it started just now, like right on time, actually. Um, Basically, we're going to do a couple things here. Um, can I close this? Oh, no, I do this. Actually, there's so much going on, right? So, let me adjust this. So, anyway, good morning. It's the Blue Gamer Bluecast morning show. But also the Nintendo Direct of the new Kirby Air Riders. Now they're calling it Kirby Air Ride. Oh, Air Rider. Okay, there we go. So I thought I'd heard it as riders. So there's Masahiro, Sakurai, Smash Brothers dude. So I don't know. Oh, and real quick, shout out to Ultronomus. I need to get back to you. Jamkel X and Chris. Good to see you. It's been a little bit. So basically, Rider Collection. I don't know. I'm going to just kind of, if you don't mind, mute this as we watch and I talk about other things. As cool as this is, and I'm interested in Kirby Air Riders, there's not really much I think we could glean from just watching. It looks like it's Mario Kart with Kirby characters, and probably a little bit more to it. Well, as they're showing the different characters, what was I playing yesterday? Well, not a whole lot. A little touch and go there. I was a little busy, but I want to start with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I had talked about before I'd got it. I'm not really into it. It is more of a time attack platformer. And yeah, you have a sword and you hit enemies, but enemies die in one hit and you're chaining stuff. So it's less about being an action game and more about being a timed platformer. Because of that, it makes the game a little annoying to play for me. Like I don't have fun with the moment to moment. So what I'm doing is in the accessibility options, you just press options, accessibility. I like turn off knockback, turn up or turn down the amount of damage I get from attacks. Basically, I make the game where I can just kind of free form play through it, and it's a lot more fun that way for me. Especially, oh, that's interesting. Are they showing some Smash stuff right now? But anyway, okay, Bandai Namco and Sora. Oh, they're working together, so that's how they're doing it. Oh, that's how they did the 3DS and Switch version. I didn't even, or maybe I did know that. And I guess they're just collaborating again. Is that how it works? Or Bandai Namco's collaborating with pretty much Sakurai? You might be asking yourself if it's basically Mario Kart. Race Battlefield characters around course with different features. Interesting. So, okay, so it's basically Mario Kart. I even mentioned this when I received the request to make the game. I asked them if they still wanted to do it. There's changed the original now. The appeal of the game is actually not the races. Okay, so we're about to see some gameplay, which I think we saw some teased. I would say it's fine that it's like another Mario Kart, and that's what's interesting about this latest Mario Kart. Is I really like it a lot. It's a lot of fun, but it does seem like it's missing something. I think by making it open world, it just becomes a different thing. I don't know, but I like. It's funny because there's that, and then that Fast Fusion or whatever that came out. I feel like you can play multiple racing games at once if they are providing some different gameplay features. That's funny looking at all the different. I do think there's room for this, especially if there's more to it. Because Mario Kart's really just the racing. Yeah, there's the jumps and you can do the drift, whatever. This could have a little bit more to it. They move forward automatically. So you don't need a interesting. So this probably gives you the freedom of just making sure you are doing what you could do in the game. You use one button for the controls. It's called a boost charge. Interesting. So they're really simplifying it. I don't know if that's a good thing. Oh, interesting. I like that. So it's important to keep boosting. So the boost slows you down but charges you up, and you use that for drifting corners. I like that idea a lot, actually. Man, this really does, seem a lot like Mario Kart. Interesting. Okay, and also most of the machines can glide there. So that could be a fun component of it, I guess, the way the gravity or lack thereof, or the fact that you're on this like machine thing. And I'm comparing this to like a cart, like what would be in Mario Kart. So that's when you would move. Um, ah, okay, I like that. It's like Tony Hawk in that way, right? Is that bad comparison? Okay, in the previous game, you used a single button for everything, but this time we've added a second button, unfortunately. This is to expand the game's depth. Okay, well, it contrasts to the boost charge button, which we're calling this special button. Okay. So let's see. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Fast-paced, dodging people, saying when you could own the specials for attacks and stuff. I mean, look, what I'm seeing, I would buy day one. This is, it does the baseline race. I think racing is fun. And not even racing, just moving quickly in a map. I think this goes back to Sonic for me. Just moving around quickly in a game and then having other abilities while you're doing it. Okay. While they're showing the other powers, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, I'm going to continue to play through it and beat it using the accessibility options. Otherwise, I'm not going to have fun, but this makes it fun. So I find this interesting and intriguing. This is the most, I think, a game, not really the most. How should I word it? Well, so there's that Warhammer 40K, and I forget, Bolt Gun, right? Bolt Gun gets super hard later to where I'm repeating myself, repeating the maps a lot. And I got to a point where it's like, well, in the options, you can turn on unlimited ammo invincibility. So I did that, and I played the rest of the game and had fun. And so I like that Ninja Gaiden doesn't give you invincibility. But it just makes it a lot more fun for me to play through. In fact, the bosses are still badass because the bosses you still have to, you'll die if you're not careful. So like last night I was playing Tentacle Crush, Obsidre, however you pronounce that. I just saw some inhale enemies for health. But anyway, yeah, I beat this boss, and it still felt like a challenge. So I like that. All right. Still showing some more machines. Okay. Okay, Reflex Unit Strike Ops. I tweeted about this. This is one of 4 Desert Strike types that have released or is releasing. So far, 3 are out right now. This one. Megacopter. And then the other one, I thought I played it not too long ago, actually. I can look it up on Steam. Strike Mission, Megacopter. and then Reflex Unit. These are the 3 that are out right now. And out of all of them, Reflex Unit so far, Strike Ops that I'm playing is actually fun. This is the most like a Desert Strike game. I also want to say it's not expensive. $15.99, but I think I got it on sale. Megacopter is most like Desert Strike if they gave it like a kind of a sci-fi fantasy setting, because it's basically you're possessed by an Aztec god and you pull people's hearts out that are on these temples that give you powers. So that's where it has that, sort of thing going on. And then Strike Mission, that one, it's not bad, but it's a very low budget take on it. Now, a real good one's going to be coming out soon. I totally forget what it's called. Okay, while they're in that machine, which is also cool to know that there's different machines in Kirby Air Riders that do different things. That's good to know. Let me go to the wish list real quick. I don't know, and this is going by release date. Okay. There it is, Cleared Hot. This is and it has a demo. This is the one, and it's Micro Prose, so maybe that explains it. This one seems like the formal, whatever budget, but the way they're developing it is, it's a group of people. It's a very, it's like the real sequel to a Desert Strike. Reflex Unit Strike Ops. That's more of a independent sequel. I don't know. There's so many ways you can describe these things. Anyway, so I'll shout out Reflex Unit Strike Ops if you're into those games. It's not just a helicopter. I was playing a mission where I was on like a tank. And I will say, when I was playing, it said I'm on mission 3 of 3. I don't know if it means that's it. And it's interesting because this game was like $15 it's on. I think I got it on sale, and I wonder how much, like, because of the time it takes to develop a game, there's not much time to put much content in the game, so then the game is cheaper. I don't know what to think about that. Okay, and then Godzilla, I just jumped in real quick to finish my Angriest run and then start a Rodan run. Because again, I'm just playing through to either clear and get a gold star on the runs, or get enough upgrade points to then start upgrading. Because now I have to max them out for the other trophy. And 54 hours of Godzilla, that's a lot of time in that. All right, Radiant Silvergun. I had wanted to jump back into this, and I saw that I had it on the Xbox, so I plugged it in. I downloaded it, give it a shot. Didn't like it that much. I remember why I never really played it much before. It is more of a platformer style shmup, where a lot of the stages are about quickly going from one end to the other and dodging things, not necessarily shooting and manipulating your weapon loadouts. And then I did not play Dynasty Warriors, Gundam 2, or Tekken 6, but I now have it set up in my living room. I was talking about this yesterday, where the 360 and the PS3 are now hooked up with all the rest of the machines on the TV. It's pretty neat. So I can go to the 360 and play games that are only on the 360. These aren't only on the 360, but, and then also the PS3 to play games only on PS3, which is pretty cool. Okay, a couple other things. Eartheon, I played it again despite the issues I was having. Let's see. Is there any? It's still in Japanese. The menus, it's all right. So I could still play the game. And I completed it on normal difficulty, but I don't think I really did. The last boss destroyed me, but it's very hard normal. It doesn't matter how many continues or lives I have. I get destroyed by the last boss and kind of the boss before. I've kind of figured it out. So, and the music that I was playing at the start of the show was Eartheon. And then Cross Out. resurfaced. So this is one that came out earlier this year, and I've had it on my favorites forever. I just did not think, I did not. Yeah, was it $20? I was like, do I want to spend $20 on the shmup I'm not familiar with? And truth is, it actually plays very fun in terms of like when I play a shmup, if it feels good, but also feels different, I really appreciate it. And I really think that was the case here. This game did feel good, but also felt different. Oh, that's cool. So Kirby can inhale, and then other riders can catch. Interesting. So yeah, that Kirby Air Rider is gonna have a lot of cool stuff going on. Anyway, this Crossout Resurfaced is based on an old game. The one main thing about it is no matter what, one hit and the game is over. One hit, you can get a shield, I think, but one hit and the game is over. I remember I got to a second boss, I think, and then I died, and then it was like game over. I'm like, okay. And then I had to start over from the beginning. I was like, shit. Can I really keep up with this game? And I think so. There's a lot of interesting things going on with Crossout. Like when you start it up, you actually build your loadout of your ship, your bits, your guns, blah, blah, blah. I just got to figure that part out. So that's it for what I've been playing. Let's see. So air ride mode is the races. So we know that, guys. All right. While they're explaining races, which again, this looks fun. I still think it's weird that it's weird and not weird that we got Mario Kart and then this. They're both racing games. This looks fun. But maybe there's something psychological to that where Nintendo knows a lot of people are going to be playing Mario Kart, but then they're going to maybe be done with it, but still be in a racing mode. Is that how that works? Making it smaller. Okay. Ocean courses and racing games with familiar characters tend to have blue oceans, white beaches, music with Latin American themes, or styled like relaxing resorts. But in Kirby Air Riders, it's not that calm. Please take a look. Okay, it's him actually playing. Yeah, that's pretty quick. So what is he doing? Wow, yeah, this does look great. I really do like the, let's see what it sounds like. That's mainly him talking. Okay, but I love the way this looks. And it really does just seem like more Mario Kart. But maybe a little faster? Or something. I don't know. I'm really liking it, especially pressing that button to do the drift. Yeah, this might as well be Mario Kart DLC. You go over a question block, you get something, you get some powers that you can use. Man, I love how fast-paced this seems. Wow, that admittedly looks cool. I wonder if they're going to have a release date, which I feel like they will. But from what I understand, there was this leak about it being on that there's going to be some hands-on at Gamescom or something like that. Gamescom. So does that mean it won't release? Like I was hoping they would release it now, but there's also the Kirby Forgotten Land in that DLC that's coming out on the 28th, I think. So they're probably going to wait. All right, while they're going through some tracks, 80% of game developers are using AI agents in their workflows, says a new survey. Would you look at that? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. So back to real quick, Reflex Unit Strike Ops. The music is AI generated music. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's cool that the guy is using AI generation to make music, and he made specific music to fit the game. Also, I do think, I could be wrong, but character portraits in Reflex Unit Strike Ops are also AI generated. It does have its own art style, but it's also different from art style in the rest of the game. And I have no problem with any of this. This Reflex Unit Strike Ops is made by one dude. If AI allows then the presentation to come off as a bigger game than it is, sometimes that's all that's really needed to help a game. So I'm not surprised. There's a bunch of different percentages here of things that AI that developers are saying about AI. It's almost ridiculous because there's 84% of this, 83% of that, 25%. Anyway, the takeaway here is I think a lot of maybe games that were just starting to be made that they decided to cancel or whatever is because they've realized they could save so much more money by starting new development with using a lot of AI generation tools in the conceptual phases and even in workflow phases to help quickly get to a next spot. So, okay. Interesting ad. Oh, it's a game. Okay, so here's something that's cool. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which comes out August 28th, reveals Dr. Eggman villain DLC. I think that's just a stage introduction. But here's a picture. It shows Dr. Eggman behind Shinobi. Who would have thunk it? Not me, but it's a great idea. I really think they should be doing crossovers with their different IPs because Sega is trying to do that revitalization of their IPs. Crazy Taxi, Shinobi, Virtua Fighter, while doing Sonic stuff. So if they were to add more stuff and who knows what that means as a guest villain? Like, what is it like fighting a villain in Shinobi? I already think, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to say that I already like Shinobi based on the demo more than Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Well, look at that. It's almost like Twisted Metal now. Oh, game tempo. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's that. Can't wait to play Shinobi later this month. All right, here's something. Shenmue 3 Enhanced announced for PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo, and PC. I never played the third, and I only played some of the second. So I played through the first Shenmue and loved it. I was surprised. It's a game experience I've never had again. I've tried. Lost Judgment was probably the closest feeling to Shenmue. And I think these games like, the Yakuza series and all that anyway, are evolutions of what Shenmue was originally doing, for Sega. Because remember, in Shenmue, the combat system was Virtua Fighter. And so they kind of were using that with the future Yakuza games, which I never got into. And that's why I think it's weird I got into Shenmue. But I think for the time, there was nothing like it. And it mixed RPG story with awesome combat. So this would be a good reason to play the third one. Some website had the third one on sale for $1.99, and so I grabbed it because you'll get the enhanced upgrade. I don't know if it's free or you got to pay, but it's a discount. But it makes me think: do I go back and complete the second one first? But then does that mean I should actually go back and play the first one first in modern times? But then again, I told myself I'd play Metal Gear Solid 5. Haven't done that. Anyway, that's some pretty cool news. And here's something, and I hate to dog on this concept, but I think part of what I do is to inform. So Game Informer, they came back recently, and they just straight up shared a social media post by someone saying he's Corey Barlog about game development that he's doing, and it wasn't even real. And they had to post an update saying that this is probably not real. And then, yeah, it's definitely not real. And then even in the comments, someone's like, you could have just looked at the guy's page and saw that it was fake. And again, I'm disappointed Game Informer got caught by this, but this is that whole classic. You see something on social media and then you that shapes your perception right then and there, and you take it seriously, you know. And Kyle Hilliard of all people. I mean, just who knows, maybe he was told to post this. But again, once you get to the big mainstream gaming outlet, you're not really getting any different sort of quality of content. I know it sounds bad. It's like I'm complaining. What else? Was there something else that this sounds pretty interesting, but so apparently there's a new Lego Batman, like an open world Lego Batman game coming. And I don't know what to expect. That last Lego game I played, I think there's been like Horizon, some other stuff, but in Fortnite, it was the Skywalker Saga. And that was actually okay, but not enough to keep me going. I feel like they hindered the controls by trying to make them third person action instead of more of the way they did it before. I don't know how to explain it. If they tighten the controls a bit more, I think that could be better. Okay, what's this? Is this a looking at Kirby Air Riders again? I guess, is it like an open zone area you can run around and do things? Oh, by the way, this ad knows how to get me. I can barely see it though. It shows Blade doing his moves in Marvel Rivals. And then when you click on it, I don't see Blade doing anything. So they tricked me. Is that supposed to be Blade right there? That's pretty interesting. Okay. Okay, back to looking at this. We're getting near the end of the show. City Trial is what they call it. So interesting because, again, I'm seeing a lot of like this might as well be Mario Kart. You get your open world where you're going around and collecting things. All right, let me actually go to chat. It's been a while, chat. What's up, chat? The open world Lego DC Supervillains was neat. I don't think I ever played that Lego Marvel Superhero. Wait a minute. Maybe I have. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I did like those games. Oh, the Lego City Cop game. That was another good one. The thing they did with the new Skywalker Saga is they changed the controls of what's typical of Lego. So hopefully they fix it. Let's see. To be honest, you're best to avoid social media when it comes to news announcements. Yeah, recently, Chris, I've been doing it where ChatGPT will then dump every morning latest news items. So, yeah, kind of funny. The only way I heard of that is just through the news and not through social media. That's how much it permeates into everything. So this is very interesting. I really feel like I wonder how much Nintendo thinks, okay, guys, we have a huge race car game audience because Mario Kart sells so much. Mario Kart 8 sales were insane if you think about it, between Wii U and Switch. And then with this Mario Kart World, maybe they made it a pack-in because they assume that kart racing is the main thing people want to do. So then they have this Kirby Air Riders. Huh. Yeah, so they have this Kirby Air Riders available for people that want to be able to do that. Just to continue racing. I don't know. All right, all. Well, I'm gonna go. I think we got an idea of Kirby Air Riders, and then yeah, I went through some news and all that. Pretty neat. So, wow, yeah, look at that. Meteors coming, people running. See, it's adding enough neat things in here. Yeah, for open world stuff, that's pretty interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna head out. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back tomorrow with some more. But until then, be cool.